Recently, the crew of Sobi FM, in collaboration with Brain Builders Youth Development Initiative, visited some communities in Edo and Patigi local government area of Kwara State suffering from the effects of climate change. Our journey begins in Lade community where a surprising transformation has taken place. Once a thriving agrarian community, many of its farmers have now turned their attention to artisanal mining, hoping to reap the benefit of the rich mineral deposits that lay hidden beneath the soil. For generations, the people of Lade have relied on farming as the main source of livelihood, growing crops such as maize, yam and cassava. However, over the past few years, the community has been hit by a series of environmental and economic challenges, including climate change, which has declined soil fertility and falling produce prices. Many farmers found themselves unable to make a living from agriculture alone and began to look for alternative source of income. It was during this period of hardship that the first sign of minerals were discovered in Kakafu village, about 3 kilometers to Lade township. What was discovered was lithium, which is a highly reactive metal that is used to make energy-dense rechargeable batteries for electronics such as laptops, cell phones, electric vehicles, and grid storage. Many in the community remain optimistic about the future as they believe that with the right support and guidance, artisanal mining could be sustainable and profitable activities that could help lift the community and Kwara out of poverty. Ultimately, the situation in Lade is a reflection of the broader challenges facing rural communities in Nigeria and beyond. And in the face of climate change, environmental degradation, and economic instability, many are forced to look for new ways to make a living. While artisanal mining may provide a short-term solution, it is important to address the underlying issues that have led to the shift and to work towards more sustainable and equitable solutions for all. As the sun sets on another day in Lade, the sound of pickaxes and shovel echoes throughout the village and surrounding forest. Our next stop is Patagbaradugi, a community on the fringe of River Niger. Riverine communities in Kwara North had always enjoyed the benefit of living close to the river. This is because it provides them with water for farming activities, fishing, and transportation. The 2022 flooding that ravaged the riverine communities in particular local government area of Kwara State was described as the most devastating in recent years, sweeping away large hectares of farmlands and several houses, while no fewer than 2,800 people were reported to have been displaced. This is why communities in Edo and particular local government area of the state, the hardest hit, is appealing to the Kwara State government to relocate them to another place due to the incessant flooding that has ravaged their homes and farmlands. Although the state government had always advised residents living in flood-prone areas to relocate before the commencement of the rainy season, such advices has always turned deaf ear to by the residents, partly due to uncertainty about where to relocate to and those who are unwilling to relocate from their ancestral homes. Some community leaders who spoke to us lamented their situation that the people are facing. They explained that the flooding has become a recurring problem and it was getting worse everywhere. The district head of Lake Bata and Chiruru communities, Alhaji Manzuma Indamusa, who spoke on behalf of the community, said villages around the River Niger always suffer heavy losses due to the destruction of their farmlands to flooding. He said partial community, about 1 hour by boat from Lafayette Township, is the most affected as half of the village is underwater and the people can live. This is due to the fact that the land provided for the community to relocate to by the government is bare without a single structure. In Chiruru, a community on the fringes of River Niger in the local government area of Kwara State, tells the story of a desolate community that has experienced yearly flooding for more than 30 years and no form of of assistance from the government. At the entrance of the community is a block of 2 classrooms that serve as the community primary school built through communal effort. While walking around the community of about 35 houses and 400 inhabitants, mostly women and children, the community head Alhaji Umar Shaba, who spoke through an interpreter, said the people of the town always locate to Edogi, a nearby town, during the yearly flooding, as the whole town is always submerged. He said they can't farm during the rainy seasons due to fear of running into losses and only make do with dry season farming, which affect yields due to lack of irrigation equipment. The effect, according to him, has also affected education as the school is always flooded and teachers have stopped coming into the community. For children of the community, any rainy day, and most especially during the thick of the rainy season, automatically becomes a no-school day as the school is flooded, a situation which has resulted in the death of a 5-year-old girl in the past. According to the UNICEF Climate Risk Index report released in August 2021, climate change is the greatest threat facing the world's children and young people, with 1 billion children at extremely high risk. In Nigeria, children are not alone in their suffering. Out of 163 countries, the country ranks second on the list of nations where children are most vulnerable to climate change. The issue of water scarcity has also become prevalent in the Nigerian Northern region, and children are mostly at risk as they have to go long distances in search of water, which has become a scarce resource due to climate change. In Lake Bata, a community in the local government area of the state, is also facing the challenges of climate change head-on by adapting their farming practices to dry season. With massive rainfall resulting in perennial overflow of River Niger, farmers in the community have devised an innovative ways to cultivate crops and sustain their livelihoods. The traditional farming season in Lake Bata runs from May to September, with farmers relying on the rainy season to grow the crops. However, with the changing climate, the rains have become a curse rather than blessing, leading to perennial flooding, which always leaves farmers with reduced yields and massive loss of income. To address these challenges, the community turned to dry season farming, which involves cultivating crops during the dry months using irrigation techniques. With the help of local NGOs and government agencies, farmers have been educated on the benefits of dry season farming and trained on how to implement new techniques. One of the techniques being used is drip irrigation, a system of delivering water directly to the roots of plants through a network of pipes and emitters. This method is more efficient than traditional flood irrigation, which can waste water and lead to soil erosion. Another technique being used is the cultivation of drought-resistant crops such as sorghum, millet, and cowpea. This crop can withstand dry conditions and require less water than traditional crops like maize and rice. The government and Kwara State have also provided support to the community by providing enhanced seedlings and fertilizers. This has enabled farmers to expand their crop production and increase their income. The shift to dry season farming has also had wider benefit for the community, including increased food security and reduced migration to urban areas in search of employment. With more farmers able to sustain their livelihood, the community has become more self-sufficient and less reliant on external aid. Also in Lake Bata, the residents of Lake Bata have also expressed their frustration and disappointment at the state of the health care center. The situation in Lake Bata is not unique, as many rural communities in Nigeria lack access to basic healthcare services, and the government has failed to provide the necessary infrastructure and funding to address this issue. According to a report by the World Health Organization, Nigeria has one of the worst health systems in the world, with only 3.9% of the country's GDP being spent on healthcare. This is well below the recommended benchmark of 15% set by the WHO. Access to the public health system is fundamental to how a country is viewed as developed or underdeveloped. This generally plays a significant role in judging the health system of a country. The government has a responsibility to provide basic healthcare services to its citizens, and the magnet of healthcare center in Lake Bata is a clear indication of the government failure to meet this responsibility. government must prioritize health investment and ensure that healthcare services are accessible to all citizens regardless of their location or economic status. This report is produced with support from Brain Builders Development Union Initiative, a climate-focused non-profit organization in Nigeria, and Sobi 101.9 FM Ilorin in Kwara State, North Central Nigeria.